20 years since the original Pokemon Red and Green, Game Freak has come out with the latest and greatest Pokemon adventure for Pokemon trainers everywhere. With a tropical setting and a ton of new companions, the release was a highly anticipated one for many Nintendo 3DS owners. Alola everyone, my name's JD with the leaderboard, and we're here to check out the newest generation of Pokemon, and the changes to all our old favorites. So get ready, because we've got 107 facts about Pokemon Sun and Moon. Let's get started. Number 1. To get this one out of the way at the start, the Pokemon Sun and Moon games were created by Japanese developer Game Freak, the same team that's worked on every main entry in the Pokemon series since the original Pokemon Red, Green, and Blue. Aside from their never-ending devotion to the Pokemon franchise, Game Freak has also developed games like Pulseman, Yoshi, and more recently, Tembo the Badass Elephant. Sounds like Game Freak is badass. Number 2. Pokemon Sun and Moon contains the 7th generation of Pokemon. Seems like just yesterday there were only a measly 151. No, missing no doesn't count. Number 3. The game takes place in the previously unexplored region of Alola, a Pacific Island environment based on the real Hawaiian Islands. More like Aloha. Number 4. The team at Game Freak strove to make Alola as close to Hawaii as a colorful Pokemon-invested world could be, so they took a trip to the USA's 50th state itself to study the landscape for the utmost authenticity. They should make every game take place in a Hawaiian-like setting. More time to relax on the beach, serve, and partake in a luau. Number 5. Pokemon Sun and Moon was teased 3 years before its unveiling in Pokemon X and Y. In the game, you can meet a mysterious backpacker who will give the player a seemingly useless item known as the Strange Souvenir, which comes from a foreign region that players have never experienced before in the games. The souvenir looks like a miniature tiki of Hawaiian culture, which is clearly a huge hint towards Sun and Moon's region, Alola. Number 6. Alola has its own challenge that serves as a Pokemon trainer's rite of passage, known as the Island Challenge. Each of the 4 islands contains its own trial, run by a trial captain. Unlike the gym leaders of old, you'll need to do more than just battle against the trial captains. There's a variety of challenges, from testing your knowledge to finding a specific set of items. And let's just say, finding these items von't be as simple as go to Viridian City and get Oak's parcel from the Pokemart. Number 7. At the end of each trial, you're met with what is known as a Totem Pokemon, a much bigger, more powerful version of a Pokemon that you can find in the wild. To make matters worse, Totem Pokemon can call upon other Pokemon to aid in battle, making it even stronger than it already is. How's that even fair? Number 8. Each of Alola's islands is led by a political leader known as a Kahuna. Each island's Kahuna is chosen by Pokemon that are guardian deities. Number 9. The final trial of each island harkens back to the gym leader challenges of old, pitting the Pokemon trainer against the Kahuna leader of the island that you're currently attempting to pass. You're only able to move on to the next island after besting the Kahuna. Number 10. Each island has a trial captain, a trainer that has previously passed the island challenge and has been chosen to help newer trainers do the same. Like the Kahunas, there's 4 of them, each of them specializing in a specific type of Pokemon. Number 11. Lana is a trial captain that specializes in water-type Pokemon. She's very dedicated to her family, watching over and taking care of her younger sisters. Captain Malo is a grass-type expert with expertise in cooking. Captain Sophocles' go-to type is electric, which is fitting, seeing as he's a mechanic that has built many machines. Last but not least is Kiawe, a trainer with a burning passion for fire Pokemon. His favorite is his Alolan Marowak, which he has studied and practiced traditional Alolan dances with. Number 12. The official artwork for Captain Sophocles has a fourth wall breaking Easter egg. If you look at Sophocles' shirt, it features a print of a Nintendo Game Boy connected to a link cable. The original ways trainers would trade Pokemon starting with Pokemon Red and Blue, which came to an end with the advent of wireless communication. Does this mean Pokemon exists as a game within the world of Pokemon? Number 13. Much like Pokemon X and Y, you're able to customize your player as opposed to either choosing a base male or female character like in previous games. You can choose your trainer's skin and hair color. Number 14. You're able to even choose your trainer's outfit with a variety of clothing options to choose from. Found a shirt with a cool design but wish it were blue instead of red? Wish granted, so long as you have the proper color dye to do so. You can even change your eye color with interchangeable contact lenses. Number 15. Pokemon Sun and Moon operate like 2 different time zones. While Sun's time is determined by your Nintendo 3DS's internal clock, Moon's time will always be 12 hours ahead of the system's internal clock. Number 16. Do you wish Nintendo made a Pokemon Snap 2? Well, they aren't making it, but Game Freak is bringing something of a spiritual successor to the N64 classic in Sun and Moon. Introducing the Poke Finder, a mode that allows players to snap pictures of wild Pokemon throughout set locations in Alola. Much like Pokemon Snap, your photos are rated based on their quality and composition. Number 17. Sun and Moon utilizes the Pokemon Bank, a system that allows trainers not only to transfer their Pokemon companions from X, Y, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire, but the virtual console versions of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, allowing you to battle like it's 1996. Number 18. Looks like Pokemon has taken a page from Mortal Kombat's book. Sun and Moon introduces its own version of fatalities known as Z-moves, extremely powerful attacks that break out in miniature cutscenes that can only be used once per battle. These moves require both a trainer-worn Z-ring and a Z-crystal to work. The move only occurs when a trainer and their Pokemon's wishes resonate with each other. Number 19. Sun and Moon also introduces a new feature known as the Pokepelago. After years of being shoved into Pokeballs and PCs, your Pokemon will finally catch a break at the Pokepelago, where they're free to roam and play in the fresh air. You can also participate in mini-games that reward you with items and experience points for your Pokemon. Number 20. Your trainer's trusty Pokedex gets a complete revamp in the form of the Rotom Pokedex. The Rotom Pokedex is capable of providing the player with hints and directions towards the next objective, rare Pokemon, and items. So long as it doesn't have the sass of Ash's original Pokedex, it should be the perfect companion. Number 21. The game introduces a new mode called Battle Royale, in which 4 trainers face off against each other in a free-for-all battle for glory and pocket change. Each trainer is armed with 3 Pokemon at their disposal. Whichever trainer has the most Pokemon standing at the end of the match will be declared the winner. Number 22. You don't need to necessarily bring your Pokemon to the Pokemon Center if they've been roughed up in battle. Game Freak has added a refresh mode to Pokemon Sun and Moon, which allows you to fix up your Pokemon after a battle. You can clean them using the touchscreen or feed them Poke Beans, which will help cure them of certain status conditions. Giving your Pokemon this extra love and attention can even improve their performance in battle. Number 23. Pokemon Sun and Moon are the biggest main series Pokemon games ever made, with the digital copy of the game weighing in at about 3 GB of storage. Pokemon X and Y only took up 1.8 GB each. It means the game is also bigger in terms of map size, content, and of course, the Pokemon themselves. Number 24. Following a Pokemon tradition that has been around since Professor Oak forgot his own grandson's name, Alola's resident Pokemon expert, Professor Kukui, is named after a tree. The Kukui, also known as the Candlenut, is the official state tree of Hawaii. Number 25. Professor Kukui is so devoted to his work that he's voluntarily taken direct hits from Pokemon for the sake of his research. Number 26. Much like Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and others before it, Alola is plagued by an evil organization called Team Skull that's bent on enslaving Pokemon for the sake of profit and domination. They're led by Guzma, who appears to have a personal connection to Professor Kukui, and Plumeria, who, despite the team's cold nature, acts as the group's older sister who has a soft spot for her loyal underlings. Number 27. Because Team Sol isn't run by some rich, stereotypical mob boss like Giovanni, their budget is a bit thin. As a result, the grunts of Team Skull are responsible for buying their own gang outfits. Number 28. Pokemon Sun and Moon contains an additional threat beyond a criminal organization known as the Ultra Beasts. Their true origin is currently unknown, but they certainly aren't Pokemon. Ultra Beasts are creatures who possess abilities that pose a threat to both humans and Pokemon alike. Number 29. Yu-Gi-Oh! 1 is an Ultra Beast composed of a glass-like substance that constantly changes its shape. It's unknown if it has emotions or even free will of its own, but it has been said that Yu-Gi-Oh! 1's movement resembles that of a young girl, oddly specific. Number 30. In Pokemon Moon, Yu-Gi-Oh! 1 takes the form of Beauty, who's so quick that it can dodge lightning. In addition, any Pokemon that lays eyes on Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 Beauty will no longer have the desire to battle it, instead becoming completely infatuated with the mysterious creature. Number 31. In Pokemon Sun, Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 takes the form of Absorption, which is a force to be reckoned with. Its body is bursting with intimidatingly large muscles that would make him a champ feel insecure, and its long beak is as hard as a diamond. Yikes. Number 32. The mystery of the Ultra Beast will not go unsolved, for an organization known as the Aether Foundation is devoted to researching and understanding the mysterious creatures. They're located on the man-made island cleverly known as Aether Paradise, home to refugee Pokemon and of course, Aether Foundation researchers. Number 33. Jangmo-o, the cute little dinosaur-looking Pokemon, was the first design for this new generation. Number 34. Alolan Executor was designed with the idea that Sun and Alola was so strong that Executor just keeps growing and growing. Number 35. Shigeru Omori explained that since it's Pokemon's 20th anniversary, he and the team wanted special surprises, including funny elements when working on the game. For this reason, a lot of the designs for Pokemon are more extravagant and sometimes a bit silly. Number 36. If you're wondering why the oh-so-wondrous Professor Kukui is shirtless, well, it's because of the temperature. According to Omori, the team had no intention of making professors cooler or prettier. And no, it wasn't because Professor Sycamore was good looking and they wanted to continue that trend. Number 37. Red and Blue, or Green in Japan, make a return, along with some other well-known Pokemon trainers. You can check them all out at the Battle Tree. Number 38. Red and Blue are sporting new looks as well. Upon closer inspection, Red's shirt has a 96 on it. What does this mean? Well, the original Pokemon Red and Green were released back in 1996. Number 39. Need something to rap to? The Pokemon Company released an advertisement featuring a rap by none other than our adorable ghostly friend, Mimikyu. Number 40. While we've learned that kids can start their Pokemon adventures at the good old age of 10 in previous games, Sun and Moon's age limit cranks it up to 11, literally. The youngest a kid can be before they take part in the island challenges is 11 years old, which just so happens to be the age of our player characters. Number 41. After the reveal of Yungoos and Gumshoos, many started speculating that the Pokemon was modeled after Donald Trump, but Shigeru Omori confirmed that no, the Pokemon are not modeled after the man himself. He stated that they haven't been paying attention to the current events in the United States. Number 42. With a ton of colors, stones, and letters out there, why choose the name Sun and Moon? This goes back to the creators and how they look at Pokemon as a whole. For Pokemon's 20th anniversary, those at Game Freak wanted to re-examine what Pokemon are. Pokemon are living beings, and Sun and Moon are involved in the creation of life on the planet. Number 43. Now that you know why they picked Sun and Moon, why a region based on Hawaii? Omori's gone to Hawaii many times, and he believes that it's the best representation of what he wanted in Sun and Moon. A region filled with life, one with nature, and of course, the warm sun. He also says that the people of Hawaii are really one with nature. Number 44. There were originally going to be vehicles. However, to stay in line with the concept of human and Pokemon relationships, it was decided that they would use Pokemon as rides instead. Number 45. For the first time in the main series of Pokemon games, there's no Pokemon League. Yet, the Pokemon League in the Alola region isn't fully established. Number 46. Per tradition, Sun and Moon has 3 starting Pokemon to choose from. This generation's Grass-type starter is an adorable owl-like Pokemon, Rowlet, who doubles as a flying Pokemon. The Fire-type starter is a cat-like Pokemon that you might want to think twice about cuddling, named Litten. The Sea Lion Pokemon, Poplio, has taken the mantle of this generation's water starter. Number 47. The legendary Pokemon featured on the box of Pokemon Sun is what you get when you mix a mighty lion with the power of the sun, Solgaleo. It possesses an ability called Full Metal Body, which means that Solgaleo's stats cannot be lowered or affected by another Pokemon's move or abilities. Number 48. Lunala is the poster Pokemon for Pokemon Moon. Resembling a giant bat, it's known by the citizens of Alola as the beast that calls the moon. It has a special ability called Shadow Shield, which means that whenever Lunala has full HP, any attack made on it will do significantly less damage. Number 49. The mythical Pokemon of Sun and Moon is a steel fairy type known as Magearna. Much like Mewtwo or Porygon, Magearna is a Pokemon created by man. Despite its futuristic appearance, Magearna was created over 500 years ago before the events of Sun and Moon. Its special ability is Soul Heart, which raises its special attacks when a Pokemon is knocked out. Number 50. One of the game's newest Pokemon, Bruxish, is a water Pokemon notorious for emitting psychic waves from the growth on its head, which can cause sickness and dizziness for any nearby living organisms, even having the ability to render them unconscious with minimal effort. Despite its bad reputation, the denizens of Alola have repurposed this Pokemon with keeping some of the more dangerous water Pokemon away from the region. Number 51. Pessimistic Pokemon trainers may have a hard time tracking down the adorable Cutiefly, as it tends to only gravitate towards Pokemon with a positive aura. Number 52. Drampa is perhaps one of the more unsettling of the new Pokemon. While typically a calm species, Drampa has an almost unhealthy affinity for children, so much that they tend to gravitate towards schoolyards. If a child is ever hurt in their presence, they'll break their calm demeanor and go into rage mode. Teachers and parents of Alola, you've been warned. Number 53. Melee Island has its own guardian Pokemon, known as Tapu Koko. This Pokemon is well aware of its high status and has been described as being fickle, because it won't always come to the aid of those in need. However, when Tapu Koko grows attached to somebody, they become crazy possessive, never ever leaving their side. Number 54. Meet Togedemaru, the newest adorable electric Pokemon that surely got Pikachu sweating bolts. If it's attacked by another electric Pokemon, it can absorb their energy and use it against them. Togedemaru is also into some pretty weird extracurricular activities, its favorite being standing around during a storm and hoping it'll get struck by a bolt of lightning. Weirdo. Number 55. Charjabug is a living battery of sorts, generating enough energy to power up an entire house alone. It can even attach itself to other Pokemon to increase the effectiveness of their attacks. Number 56. Charjabug actually works quite well with the final form of its evolutionary line, Vikavolt. The two will merge together to increase Vikavolt's attacks late into the battle, but if push comes to shove and things aren't looking good for Vikavolt, it'll forcibly detach Charjabug to lighten the load and restore its usual speed. Number 57. Much like the species it's based on, the koala Pokemon Komala is both sleepy and lazy. Unlike the real-life koala bear, no Komala has ever been seen awake, remaining in a permanent state of hibernation. Number 58. Komalas are valued for much more than their ability to win their trainers' badges and pocket change. Their saliva has historically been used to treat sleep deprivation. Number 59. While Mimikyu appears to be an unholy merging of Ditto and Pikachu gone horribly wrong, this isn't actually the Pokemon's true appearance. It has instead made itself a bodysuit out of old Pokemon merchandise that it can hide underneath, due to its fear of sunlight. Number 60. The Pokemon Beware gives the term Big Ol' Bear Hug a terrifying new definition. Its hugs are so strong that it can easily break a man in two. Unfortunately, hugging is one of its favorite pastimes. Number 61. Rockruff is a unique Pokemon in that its evolution, Lycanroc, can appear as one of two forms, depending on which version of the game you're playing. In Pokemon Sun, Lycanroc takes on its noble Midday form. If it evolves in Pokemon Moon, it takes on a much more sinister form, known as Midnight form. Number 62. Pick-a-Peck ain't no Pidgey. This little guy has the potential to be a killing machine. This bird type can strike with its beak 16 times per second, which is enough force to shatter a stone. Number 63. The Dancing Bird Pokemon, or Oricorio, is unique in that it comes in 4 different forms, one for each of the 4 islands that make up the Alola region. You've got the Fire type Bali style, Electric type Pom Pom style, Psychic type Pau style, and the Ghost type Sensu style. Oricorio changes its form by sipping the nectar of specific flowers. Number 64. Sandy Gas are created when hordes of Pokemon soak into the sand after falling in battle, basically making a spazzy pile of sand. Whatever you do, don't try to pull the tempting shiny red shovel from its head, because if your curiosity gets the better of you, Sandy Gas will become your new master and order you to gather and add more sand to its body. Number 65. On its own, Wishiwashi appears to be nothing more than bite-sized fish food, but there's a reason that even Gyarados When it's in danger, a lone Wishy-Washy can send out a signal by reflecting the light off its eyes, an SOS of sorts that'll call an armada of its Wishy-Washy brethren, who will then take on its more terrifying school form, proving that there is in fact power in numbers. Number 66. Pokemon trainers can have quite a hard time earning the respect of their Passimians. It's all in how trainers throw Pokeballs, which they liken to throwing berries in the wild. If the trainer is the Tom Seaver of Pokeball throwing, you'll have no trouble keeping it in line. Number 67. You'd think Crabrawler would be a water type since it's got the word crab in its name, but it's actually based on a real, non-swimming species in Hawaii called the coconut crab, the largest arthropod currently known to exist. Seriously, these things are almost as big as some dogs. Despite their horrifying size, coconut crabs can't swim like their smaller and less scary brethren, which is quite alright, because would you really want to surf on top of a coconut crab? Number 68. Pyukumuku are numerous and are often scattered across beaches. They're considered unappealing to Alolan tourists, so a common line of work for Alolan citizens is cleaning the beach of this Pokemon, tossing them as far back into the sea as they can. Number 69. Unfortunately for people, Pyukumuku are quite content with where they decide to settle, so even if they're thrown into the sea, they'll always make their way back to their favorite spot, no matter how far removed they may be. Even if their favorite spot is devoid of all food, the Pyukumuku will gladly stand its ground and starve. Number 70. Minior originate from the planet's stratosphere. They spend the start of their lives absorbing the detritus around them until they consume so much that they become heavy, causing gravity to take over and send the Minior to its new home on Alola. Number 71. Minior's core will change color depending on the kinds of particles it's absorbed, making them quite visually stunning. In fact, their looks have become so iconic amongst Alola's people that they're a popular design to place on both clothing and accessories alike. Just make sure Disney doesn't get a hold of them. Number 72. Type Null is not found in nature because it was created by humans who were trying to recreate the power of a mythical Pokemon. While its design is a Frankensteinian mixture of several Pokemon, it's actually a normal type. Number 73. Type Null possesses a special item known as Memory, which activates the Pokemon's special ability to temporarily change into one of 18 Pokemon types. Number 74. Jangmo-o may be small and cute. These Pokemon are constantly training together to become the best they can be, and often reside in normally uninhabitable areas. Number 75. The bell attached to Torracat's neck isn't actually a bell at all, but an organ that enables the Pokemon to produce flames. Its temperature is based on Torracat's emotional state. When it releases flames, it makes a loud bell-like sound. Number 76. Dartrix has incredible reflexes. Not only can it detect an enemy directly behind it without even turning its shoulder, it can shoot out dart-like feathers in an instant and hit its target every time without looking. Number 77. Brionne prides itself in its ability to learn as many dances as it possibly can. It starts life on the dance floor by learning its first moves from other, much more older Brionnes in the colony. It'll then venture off into the world, learning dances from other Pokemon and even humans, dancing perfectly in sync with those they've met for the first time. Number 78. The fruity Bon Sweet gives off an aroma that not only smells incredibly pleasant, but also has a calming effect on humans. As a result, many humans of Alola have allowed Bon Sweet to live in their homes in exchange for their therapeutic aroma. Number 79. Passimians pride themselves on their collection and use of berries in combat. Not only do they hurl their fruits at their foes, they also use soft berries to obscure their opponent's vision. Passimians keep their opponents guessing when attacking in coordination, faking them out by constantly passing berries amongst each other until their foe is pegged when they least expect it. Number 80. Alola features altered variants of pre-existing Pokemon that have adapted to different microclimates throughout the region. These changes not only alter their abilities, but their appearance as well. For example, Alola's Rattata has a black coat of fur and a mustache that would make Waluigi blush. Number 81. The frequent eruptions of volcanoes near the sandy, desert environments of Alola threaten the safety of the region's Sandshrew population, causing the ground-type Pokemon to ditch the sand portion of its name and migrate to the snowy mountaintops. As a result, Sandshrews body took on more of an icy pigment, its head resembling that of an igloo, and Sandslash's quills have evolved into razor-sharp shards of ice. Number 82. Vulpix was another Pokemon that was brought to the Alola region by humans, but they quickly ran to the snowy parts of the region to avoid other Pokemon species. Because of this, their type was reversed from fire to ice, with their appearance being almost identical to its original form, only with an icy recolor. Has Game Freak started taking artistic cues from Sonic fans? Number 83. Alola Ninetales exclusively lives atop a holy and sacred mountain by Alola natives, so Ninetales are seen as sacred emissaries and are known for being quite loyal to humans, helping anyone they find in distress. While they're typically calm and gentle, they can change on a dime if anyone threatens or damages their home. Good thing snowy mountaintops aren't an ideal location for condos. Number 84. Unlike the other Alolan forms of classic Pokemon, Alolan Exeggutor is the Pokemon's true form due to the fact that it's getting the proper amount of sunlight it needs in the Alola region, as opposed to the other regions where sunlight is much less common. As a result, this Exeggutor has a longer neck and a tail containing a fourth head that can attack Pokemon flanking from behind. If that's not enough to convince you to take Exeggutor seriously for the first time in 20 years, the Pokemon is now a dragon type, for some reason. Number 85. If you thought the original Marowak bio was dark, guess again. Alolan Marowak has all the sadness of the original, but is now feared by the people of Alola, seen as a conjurer of the dark arts. This may have to do with the fact that it's become a ghost type that now lights both ends of its signature bone weapon on fire. Number 86. Though Young Goose is being introduced to players for the first time in the Alola region, they were actually imported imported from other regions to combat a Rattata infestation that had spread through Alola. Alola's Rattatas were able to dodge this genocidal initiative by taking advantage of Yungoose's loss of stamina during moonlight hours and becoming nocturnal. They also moved from the wild into urban areas. This caused the Rattata population to receive a darker fur coat and, for whatever reason, that funky mustache. Number 87. A nest full of Alolan Rattatas are typically led by one Alolan Raticate, who serves as the nest's mob boss. Alolan Raticates are much bigger than the Raticates trainers have encountered since the Kanto region. Number 88. While Team Rocket underappreciates theirs, Meowths are highly valued Pokemon in the Alola region. Historically, they were given to Alola nobility as gifts, making for pampered and spoiled generations of unique-looking Meowths. Number 89. The Raichus of Alola possess psychic abilities that allow them to surf using their tails. Unlike the other Alola changes to classic Pokemon, researchers have yet to discover why it is that Raichu develops psychic abilities. The Alola Raichu has also developed a new ability that no other Pokemon has ever had, called Surge Surfer, which allows it to move more quickly on electric terrain. Number 90. Alola doesn't just feature alternate variants of classic Pokemon, but classic characters as well. Pokemon Sun and Moon introduces us to Professor Oak's identical-looking twin cousin with a pretty severe tan, Samson Oak. He specifically studies Alola's unique Pokemon variants. Number 91. Pikachu's Z-move, Catastropika, looks almost identical to a popularly reversed gif on the internet of Ash Ketchum from the Pokemon anime hurling his Pikachu into the sky. Number 92. Your Pokemon trainer is the proud owner of a Wii U, as a Wii U gamepad can be seen in the room at the start of the game. This is an Easter egg tradition found in some of the other Pokemon games like Generation 1, which featured a Super Nintendo, or Generation 3, in which the trainer owned a Nintendo GameCube. Number 93. Pokemon Sun and Moon was not revealed to the masses officially, but through a leak. On February 25th, 2016, Nintendo's trademarks for the games were found on a website of the European Union Intellectual Property Office. Is it even possible to keep a secret anymore? Number 94. The games were officially announced a day later during a Nintendo Direct livestream on February 26, 2016, just one day before Pokemon Red and Green's 20th anniversary. Number 95. Pokemon Sun and Moon was released exclusively for the Nintendo 3DS family of systems. Sorry smartphone players, you'll just have to stick with Pokemon Go for the time being. Number 96. Nintendo and Game Freak showed their impatient fans some sweet mercy by releasing a demo for Sun and Moon in October 2016. The demo features the exclusive Pokemon, Ash's Greninja from the Pokemon anime, which can be transferred into the full release game. Number 97. As with every other generation, the Pokemon anime is headed into a new region with a soft reboot in Alola to coincide with the release of Sun and Moon. Ash, Pikachu, and his mother relocate to Alola where, after 18 years of being 10 years old, Ash attends a school with the intent of graduating. The show also received a complete visual overhaul with updated character designs. Oddly enough, Ash appears to be the Pokemon equivalent of Benjamin Button, looking younger than he ever has in his 18 years on the air. Number 98. For the first time in the Pokemon series' 20-year history, the new games are available in Chinese, both simplified and traditional. Pokemon Sun and Moon will also support Japanese, English, Korean, Spanish, French, Italian, and German for a total of 9 languages. Number 99. As mentioned, Pokemon Sun and Moon was released on November 18th, 2016, near the tail end of the Pokemon franchise's 20-year anniversary. The first entries in the series, Pokemon Red and Green, were both released in Japan in February of 1996. Number 100. Before the games were even released, one of Sun and Moon's new Pokemon, Yungoos, became a sensation on the internet due to its resemblance to US presidential candidate Donald Trump, with hundreds of memes being created upon the creature's unveiling. Number 101. After the tragic Harambe incident in May 2016 at the Cincinnati Zoo, many people became upset over the gorilla's death. A Change.org petition was started to have Game Freak honor Harambe's memory by creating a Pokemon for Sun and Moon based on the beloved gorilla. It called for a ghost fighting type named, well, Harambe. Within 4 days of being posted, over 53,000 people had signed the petition. Number 102. Tomy International released a real-life Z-Ring for a more immersive experience for trainers everywhere. The Z-Ring syncs up with the Nintendo 3DS, allowing it to glow and vibrate whenever a Z-move is used in-game. Number 103. For those of you that decide to pick up Sun and Moon in the first few months after its release, you'll be able to pick up a special Munchlax holding Snorlium Z, which will give Munchlax's evolution, Snorlax, its own Z-move, called Pulverizing Pancake. Number 104. The trailer for the game, focusing on the Munchlax promotion, acknowledges a popular internet meme that pokes fun at the fact that Snorlax took 6 generations to stand up. It showcases a montage of Snorlax throughout the years, laying down until finally showing his Z-move. Number 105. To commemorate the release of Sun and Moon, Nintendo released a new limited edition new Nintendo 3DS XL in October 2016, just 3 weeks before Sun and Moon came out. The design features the cover Pokemon of both games, but unfortunately the full games are not included as a bundle. Number 106. While the West is getting a special edition new Nintendo 3DS XL, Japan will be releasing a limited edition Pokemon-themed Nintendo 2DS in December 2016 to commemorate the new release. It's a baby blue colored system with a Pikachu silhouette on the front, as well as the silhouettes of Alola's 3 starters, Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio. Number 107. The release of Pokemon Sun and Moon coincided with the release of the game's soundtrack. All 175 tracks found in the game are available as part of a 4-disc set or as a download on iTunes, much like previous Pokemon titles. Now you can jam out to that sweet Team Skull battle music while you walk. Thanks for watching 107 Facts about Pokemon Sun and Moon. Did we leave anything out? What's your favorite part of the games? Comment below and let us know. We have new videos dropping every week, so let us know what game you want us to cover next. And if you like getting more from your games, subscribe to the leaderboard, where we help you game smarter.